Good evening and welcome to Adventure Sean, where today we are here in Missouri, USA, in St. Louis, where we've come to see something very special. It's the Gateway Arch. I've wanted to see this since I was a kid. It's a big bucket list thing for me, coming here to come and see this amazing structure. It's actually 630 foot tall and it's known as the Gateway to the West. Construction started in 1963 and it was completed in 1965. And I can't wait to actually see this structure and get really up and nice and close to it. And yeah, it's going to be another adventure, so welcome. All part of this USA trip that I'm doing over on my other channel, Theme Park Worldwide. I know quite a few of you have been over there and seen that. So yes, welcome. It's going to be great to actually get up and close to this structure. I'm going to spin the camera around so you can see the view that I'm currently getting from here. You've got Alex here as well, that you may also recognise from other videos.
Hello.
Over on Theme Park Worldwide, that other channel. And look at this. What an amazing structure. Like I say, 630 foot tall. And we're just emerging through the trees just here. This is all part of a green area that it's located in. We've parked next door, about a 5-minute walk away.
National Park. It's beautiful, it's so quiet and peaceful.
Yeah, very nice around here. Look at the bridges over there as well. Kind of giving me New York vibes in terms of where we've just parked over there, all the warehouses. Kind of reminds me a bit of when I crossed over Brooklyn Bridge back in January this year and walked all around Dumbo over there. So yeah, we're going to follow the path around this way and we're hoping to actually go up to the top of this tonight. It says last admission 9 o'clock, we're here way before that, so we should be able to go up to the top. The Gateway to the West, here on Adventure Sean. Down this way to the visitor centre and the arch entry. Amazing to see the Gateway Arch as the sun goes down here in St. Louis, Missouri. And we've made our way over to the entrance, which is just here. It's underneath all this grass. There's like a visitor centre, museum, and this is the entrance just down here. People playing in the little paddling pool at the bottom. And there's the ticket centre. It doesn't actually look too busy inside, but let's go and have a look. Here we go then, we've got our tickets. Cost to go up to the top is $16 for an adult and $12 for a child. So I'd say that's pretty reasonable for something that's so iconic to get that fantastic view. We're actually going straight up there, no waiting. We're on the 8:10 slot, so we're going to get that wonderful sunset. So we're going to pass through the security area and we'll see you when we head on through. Can't wait to go to the top of the Gateway to the West. So we made our way through the security area and we're greeted with all of these screens just here. A museum all about the arch and St. Louis. Loads to look round. We've only got 10 minutes until we're going to be heading up, so we'll probably have a look round here when we come back down, as I assume we can do. Loads of information here. I can see a model down there as well of the arch. Yeah, loads to look around here, and like I say, when we come back down we'll have a little look all around this section. It's also worth pointing out there is a movie and a boat combo as well. You can go out on the river, or you can watch like a movie as well. That's just a little bit extra to pay. Fascinating. Right, we'll make our way down towards the tram ride. I say tram ride because it's very different now we're going to get to the top. With it being an archway, obviously they can't just use a conventional lift. We're going to get in this tram, what's going to take us up. I can't wait. Something very different. Here's a look at the model just here. Look at that, really nice. To be honest, I say I'd prefer this one just here. It puts it into more perspective with the national park all around here. One of the buildings just nearby as well. Just gives you a really good idea of the scale of this marvellous structure. So we've just had our ticket scanned to go to the top of the Gateway Arch. I've been given the green tram capsule ticket just here. That's the boarding pass. And on the back just here as well, you can see all this different information. Welcome, listen, questions, please, and thank you. There we are, have a great trip. Should be boarding into the capsule very shortly.
For the first portion of your tour.
Good evening, folks, and a hearty welcome to our drive-in theater.
And so, my fellow Americans, ask not what your country can do for you, ask what you can do for your country.
So we've just watched a short presentation, giving us a bit of information about what happened around the time of the construction of the Gateway Arch. We're now making our way down to the tram. It seems weird saying tram and not elevator.
You guys might learn something.
Right, 4 minutes up and 3 minutes down. Please be careful while you're entering and exiting your tram cars. The doors are only about 4 feet tall and they are made of steel. So please watch your head and watch your step. Please no photos while loading. However, once you're inside, the doors are closed. You can take all the photos you like, but no photos while you're entering and exiting your tram cars. And allow the riders inside to exit and clear the stairs before boarding. Make sure those in lower cars have passed you before you can use your tram car. Hope you all have a wonderful time at the top of the Gateway Arch. Welcome back, folks. Come on out of the space.
So here we are, making our way up. We're inside. It's very compact in here. Just a little space for just 4 of us. And here we go. So this is about a 4-minute ride up to the top and giving us lots of information actually. Oh, there we go. So this is a bit like an elevator, a bit like a travelator, and a bit like a Ferris wheel all mixed together. And it's very fascinating how this works, because with it being an archway, you couldn't put just all steps running up here for people to walk up. I mean, yes, there is emergency steps. However, this is fascinating to see. Like, imagine being on that Ferris wheel and you're spinning round in this structure just to make sure that we're always straight. You can really feel it. Like, very interesting. There's some of the steps, all that back of house area. And if you look at the walls there, you can see how we're making our way up the arch on the angle that we're actually going up. Really, really fascinating. If you are claustrophobic, this probably isn't for you. Also, if you may be a bit of a larger build, it might be a bit more uncomfortable. But you know, Alex, you're alright in here, aren't you, really? I mean, you've got a bit of space, and it's got air conditioning, it's got a speaker system, it's, yeah, a little look around. That's about all there is to see. I mean, they could put like a TV or something in here, that'd pass the time away. It travels at quite a speed, actually, as well. It's only 3 minutes back down. This 630 foot tall structure. I think we've timed it perfect in terms of the sunset. Hopefully we'll be able to see the sun going down over St. Louis. I really hope so. Really surprising me the speed that we're actually heading up here as well. Ears are starting to pop a little bit now. We're at that stage. They've also told us that we can spend as long as we want up here as well, which is great. Oh, you can really feel the curve there, and there we go. As soon as you start to feel it, you can just feel the whole cabin that we're in, this capsule, just pulling us back to make sure that we're straight. When you imagine if the mechanism got stuck or something there, you get a right thrill ride and you just spin round. Slowing down. Gateway to the west.
Please proceed to the opposite
So
side.
we've had our 4-minute ride, and the capsule's just here. Climbing these final few steps. Wow. welcome to the top of the Gateway Arch. Here we go.
Wow.
Oh wow, oh we're up here at a good time. Lots of information about buildings. And there we go, right at the top. That is pretty incredible. We've come up here at a good time. That sun's just set. All the lights coming down across the city. Huge stadium over there. Obviously the windows are absolutely tiny up here. That's just to keep it looking really nice from what I can imagine. I mean, if you had huge windows up here from down at the bottom, it would kind of lose its feel a little bit. Whereas instead they just wanted to keep the windows very small. But I'm going to show you some nice shots looking out this way and also towards the river. Some absolutely incredible views here from the Gateway Arch. And there's a lot of information up here to see as well. This is looking west. All the different buildings that we can see. The old courthouse, which is this huge building that we can see down here. The old cathedral, the Wainwright building, the railway exchange, civil courts a little bit further down, the city garden. That's all looking west. There's some information about the old courthouse just here. Come a little bit further down here as well. Tell us some more facts about the Gateway Arch, including a construction photo there when it was nearing completion in 1965. That final piece is slotting in there. I mean, you think about the engineering of all the cranes having to be fastened to the side here, and once the arch was actually complete, it's getting those cranes back down. Like I said back at the start of the video, built to symbolise the westward expansion during the 19th century. 192 metres. The Gateway Arch is designed to withstand earthquakes and lightning strikes. It's designed to sway up to 18 inches. 1,076 steps for emergency use. On a clear day you may see up to 30 miles, which is 48 kilometres. And more dates from the construction down there as well. So we've just looked out west over St. Louis. Let's look east. The great Mississippi down there, the Mississippi River. All the cars passing over there on numerous different bridges. Gateway Geyser. The grain elevator down there. All on the Mississippi. All them different steamboats we can see here on an old image from 1856. St. Louis used its location near the confluence of the Mississippi and the Missouri rivers. It's become a transportation hub, connecting the city to the frontier. That's is it the Eads Bridge we're pronouncing that? Completed in 1874. When we was actually walking over, I had a little guess and said it was about that age actually. 1874. In terms of space up here, if you're not too keen on heights, there is a lot of room. You can just stand here in the middle, and with the windows being quite small, it doesn't really make you feel like you're too sort of exposed. Some more facts that we saw from down there, and more about looking east. I'll show you a few more photos now the sun's going down. It's got considerably darker in the last 10 minutes whilst we've been up here. Absolutely phenomenal, the views up there, looking out over the city, the Mississippi, wonderful. Making our way back down these steps now, back into the tram. Tram number 5, and that's us. Breathtaking views from the top of the Gateway Arch. And we're making our way back down. This is only a 3-minute journey. Like the lady said before we went up, 4 minutes to the top, 3 minutes back down. I assume that's just because of the momentum of going back down. It's not having to push its way up. Yeah, we'll be back down shortly. Hopefully we'll be able to have a little look around the museum at the bottom. I don't think it's going to sort of exit us from the whole experience. Hopefully it takes us into that main hub area. We can have a little look round before wrapping this one up. Yeah, overall, brilliant visit. I mean, it's been a big bucket list for me to at least see this, and I'm so glad that we have. So here we are then, back in the underground museum. Obviously all that grass above us. This is built underneath. Lots of use of screens over here. Let's have a little look around and see if we can learn any more about this beautiful city. A few different interactives. There's normally a cafe, but that's closed. Quite surprising really, because there's nowhere to really buy any drinks with that being closed. Okay, the Statue of Liberty there at 3:05. This is 6:30. That would normally be the entrance over there to the South Tram. Obviously we went up in the North Tram. Different views at the different times of day, it seems. Mississippi. It's quite cool, isn't it? Merchandise store over there as well. Looks like they sell all the usual t-shirts, mugs, the usual stuff you would expect from one of these tourist attractions. When I did a video series in New York earlier in the year, there was lots of different shops to walk around. Let's start here. Look at the Missouri Pacific Railway. Lots of different information boards. A little bit about how goods were transported, I believe. I must say, it's very nicely presented in here. All the boats going down, the Mississippi steamers. I assume that's where the name came from. Loving the sound effects in here as well. Some of the different locos there. Look like you'd just be able to pick that up then. Where is the next frontier? Some teepees here on the left. Let's go and have a look over here at building the arch. Telling you all about how it originally happened, about the location, where to put it, all these different models. Hopefully we've got a bit about the unique system that takes you to the top. Keep wanting to say that elevator system, but it's really not an elevator. Aha, here we go. So we've got a little model of it over here. Tells us how it works. If I spin this over here, that demonstrates the system. So as you can see, they spin just to make sure that the gondolas are never upside down, just like how a Ferris wheel would work. Some old videos there of, I can assume, the designers of the Gateway Arch, just measuring things up, making sure that they're getting it right. This is a fantastic model here. All these different boats. The third busiest port in America. Wonderful museum in here, loads of space, and it's very quiet. I assume because we're here on an evening. But still, for a Saturday, I'd expect it to be a little bit busier. The Gateway Arch is something that my parents told me about as a kid, and I remember seeing it on various different programmes. One of my favourite ever films, a Chevy Chase movie where they actually drive right past and see that wonderful structure. It's just been incredible to come here and see it. It's a little bit noisy, isn't it, with the passing traffic, but it's been absolutely incredible. What a structure. You think about the engineering that went into that, not just the arch itself, but for me, that tramway system. You know me, I like all my tramways and railways, and seeing that and how that system works, it's absolutely phenomenal. It really is. All that engineering, what's gone into it. But yeah, it's been great coming to see this, and of course we went up there at a very good time. We went up there as the sun was still out. We saw that sunset, well, the back end of the sunset anyway, and then got to see all the lights over St. Louis. Honestly, it's been absolutely wonderful, and thanks for joining me again for another adventure. There's so much more to come in terms of videos on this channel. As we move forward into the summer, I've got various different visits planned to numerous different locations back in the United Kingdom. Along with that as well, some more trips to some other destinations that I look forward to sharing with you all. But there's one important thing that you've got to do out there, and I think you should all know what it is by now, and that's go out there and have your own adventures. See you soon.